So recently I was going through movies trying to find one to watch and recap, and I came across this majestic, nostalgic movie that I remember from my childhood. Yep, it's The Adventures of SharkBoy and LavaGirl, though I don't remember why the name had adventure in it. I always thought it was just SharkBoy and LavaGirl. Anyway, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's watch this. Time to remind myself how old I really am and rewatch this nearly 2-decade-old movie. Also, I noticed how poor the quality looks compared to how I remembered back then. I'm sorry if it feels like you're watching a 2000s Nickelodeon show, because it's literally from the 2000s, so yeah. So we begin with a LavaGirl quote before that title card. Then we get SharkBoy's backstory. He was once a normal kid dreaming of becoming a marine biologist just like his dad, who studied great whites. His dad calls him SharkBoy because, get it? He's obsessed with sharks, right? No? Alright, moving on. We see him feeding sushi to great white sharks. Which, first of all, why sushi? And second, a shark almost bit off his hand right there. Then, of course, for plot reasons, a random storm shows up and separates both SharkBoy and his dad on rafts. But SharkBoy is not alone. His shark's homies pull up and are like,
"It's SharkBoy. Don't take a bite out of him, boys. He's a friend."
Wait, hold up. That means that this shark could have easily eaten him if he wasn't his friend. So you're telling me that SharkBoy's entire survival depends on his shark homies not being hungry that day. Anyway, instead of, I don't know, taking him back to the shore or to his dad, the sharks drag him to their cave and give him some kind of training montage. Bro evolves like a Pokemon, growing sharp teeth, gills, and even a fin. Then we cut to our actual main character Max, who meets SharkBoy rising out the water like, "Hello there." Max sneaks him home, but if SharkBoy's a fish with gills, shouldn't he already be drowning on land? And also, when and how did Max build an entire aquarium enclosure without his parents noticing? Bro must be Bob the Builder or something, bro. SharkBoy tells Max about his adventures and this planet that's
so cool, it makes you drool.
I swear I didn't remember the dialogue being this cringe, but whatever. Then boom, we meet the GOAT herself, LavaGirl, who rolls up saying SharkBoy needs to come back to Planet Drool. Yes, that's the actual name. She invites Max, but Max says nah because school reasons. Imagine turning down a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for classes. Bro is actually selling here. In the next scene, Max is booted and pelted with trash for telling his fake story. Enter Linus, the bully, and I'm gonna say something right here. I hated this kid back then, and I still hate him now. Bro was just evil, man. The two boys stay after to talk to
electricity, that.
He asks the boys if they can be friends, and they immediately look at each other like, hell no. He gives Max more advice that he's a big kid now, even though bro is in like the 4th grade. Linus and his boys pick on Max again, leading to the infamous playground chase scene of basically,
hand over the book, or you'll visit the dream world.
Still corny, but it's ironic. Max climbs some playground tower, somehow hits his balls on the rope, and drops his dream journal, which Linus takes. That night, Max follows shark footprints in this house, finds cookies missing, and we literally see SharkBoy and LavaGirl hanging in his ceiling before they disappear. His parents jump scare him and tells him to go to sleep, which he does. He wishes to go to Planet Drool, but is woken up by reality. His parents gives him advice, and then we see him live right next to the school. At school, the teacher lectures, and somehow the other kids also made up their own imaginary characters like Barf Boy and Ice Girl. So honestly, Max isn't even that weird. Then we get the famous scene between Max and Linus about his journal, where bro says,
I did not! Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office and have him expelled! A giant tornado interrupts the class, looking like one of those school safety drills with the teacher ducking in his desk. LavaGirl and SharkBoy post up afterwards. LavaGirl immediately does the conjuring pose, 360ing her neck while burning papers. SharkBoy goes crazy on the chalkboard like one of those ASMR chain videos. Max hesitates but goes with them on a shark rocket. Realistically though, no way they're surviving. They zoom past Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune in like 2 seconds. That's like 1.861 billion kilometers per second, 6.2 times faster than the speed of light according to Reddit. Yeah, honestly, they'll just be eviscerated at this point because there's no way that's humanly possible from the G-forces. Anyway, they crash land in the most peak cursed CGI I've ever seen, but 7-year-old me thought this was top tier for its time. LavaGirl tells Max that he has dream powers, meaning he basically created them and the world. Bro been God this entire time, and they need him to fix Planet Drool before it explodes in like 45 minutes. I don't know how this 8-year-old kid from a random elementary was given like godlike powers, but alright, we roll with it. They go on an adventure, but generally, why is SharkBoy posing like that?
that though. They go on to save these kids in a roller coaster, and we get to hear the main villain of the movie, Mr. Electric, which sounds too similar to the teacher we seen earlier named Mr. Electrodad. The kid rolls up on this bunker and confronts Mr. Electric, who turns out to be the teacher. Wow, shocker, I could have never guessed that a teacher with nearly the same name as the villain was the villain. The kids tell him he's supposed to be fixing the planet, but now he's ruining it, so after he got prested, he just pulls up an army of electrical wires, and SharkBoy goes ham on them. Left, right, before bro gets cornered it and chucked it by 2 electrical wires. Imagine losing to an electrical wire is crazy. LavaGirl then flies up and hit Mr. Electric with lava powers, but it looks like it doesn't do much damage, which you can clearly see that he's not harmed it, and bro hits her back with Max then does something useful and pulls an electrical wire that causes this wire to chase him, but he laughs at it since it can't reach him until the wire plugs into another wire. But SharkBoy destroys it. They try confronting Mr. Electric with Max as their secret weapon, but bro doesn't even remember his dreams. So they get dropped into the dream graveyard. Bro is useless. They plan to use his journal, but alright, he threw it away. Oh my goodness. SharkBoy crashes out like me for real. They fall again, and we meet the real villain, this Alexa looking thing. Meanwhile, SharkBoy just wants to knock out Max so he'll dream them out. Max then remembers Tobar, a robot he dreamed of as a kid. Tobar just says, "Do not dream, or nightmares will happen from the darkness. They should head to the land of milk and cookies for sweet dreams instead." They dismantle Tobar to bring him along, hits another post, ride the bus of thoughts, then jump off with 0 fall damage apparently. They miraculously land in the cookie land anyway, even though earlier they legit have no clue where they're going. Max cookie giant parents chase them trying to eat them, but then walks away like they didn't want to end their lives a few moments ago. Bro, what is happening? LavaGirl sings a lullaby for Max, but SharkBoy decides to sing it himself, putting on a whole show.
Dream, 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 dream.
I wonder what his kids think of seeing their dad doing this when he was younger. Max wakes up from nightmares and Mr. Electric pulls up with electric dogs. They try to escape, but Max forgot to dream about fuel on SharkBoy's bike. Bro, this guy's actually useless. They stand their ground, but it's really just SharkBoy carrying. Everyone gets hurt. LavaGirl randomly transfers into pure lava. Max then dreams of a banana split boat to escape, but why are they chilling and talking 2 minutes later like they weren't just fighting for their lives a few moments ago? Bro, why are you guys still talking? Just go! They travel down the stream of consciousness and plans to get the crystal heart because that item can freeze literally anything, even time. And my boy SharkBoy also immediately plans to riz the ice princess, making LavaGirl jealous and burning him since they're sworn enemies. Get it? Because she's lava and the princess is ice. They cross an ice bridge. LavaGirl nearly melted because she needs to sleepwalk to cool down and almost accidentally kills SharkBoy by sneezing him away. She then actually sleepwalks and was able to make it across for a little bit. Max and SharkBoy sees the electric army coming, so they try not to wake her up because she could.
She'll reheat.
But SharkBoy decides to. LavaGirl, they're behind you! She wakes up pissed, and the two runs away screaming as she breaks the bridge. Most iconic duo moment in this movie. They're captured it again. Turns out the true villain is Linus, but now he's
A minus.
He's powerful because he read Max's dream journal and changed it. He even roasts SharkBoy about his dad saying,
"Check the bottom of the ocean."
Actually cold-blooded. He goes on about his whole rant of, oh, I want to destroy the world to rule it, freeze it, and show Max
The true meaning of fear.
The three gets locked away, but SharkBoy was able to break them out because he gets disturbed by these bubbles at a frequency, causing him to turn into an animal and rip off these bars with his teeth and fists. They steal the journal back. Max tells SharkBoy his dad isn't dead. LavaGirl accidentally burns the book, gets annoyed at having lava powers, but the two boys reassure her. They keep moving to the ice castle even though they got like 10 minutes left. They reach the ice castle. Max drops the crystal heart. LavaGirl catches it and freezes solid. They meet the ice princess, who's actually Marissa, the classmate who didn't laugh at Max. She explains only she can use the heart. She makes them play Where's Waldo to find the real one so that they can take it with them, which Max realizes is around her neck. They race to the dream layer, runs out of time, and everything shuts down. SharkBoy gets rage baited by Mr. Electric into a trap with eels and drowns. LavaGirl saves him even though she's lava and water should kill her. Both apparently die, but SharkBoy gets revived, dumps LavaGirl in a volcano, and she pulls up a Here comes the sun. Max also unlocks god powers again, including super speed and reality manipulation. He heads out to fight against Minus while SharkBoy deals with Mr. Electric. Minus and Max squares off in the most insane 1v1 I have ever seen. Okay, not really, but there's just a bunch of brain freeze, brainstorm, and brain fart apparently. SharkBoy goes on to defeat Mr. Electric by using his shark homies to jump him in a shark frenzy. Linus and Max becomes earthbenders for some reason and race all the way to the atmosphere, while Max does the same cliche redemption arc where he tries to convince Linus to help him build a better world. And they almost agree till the bridge breaks and Max somehow saves him. To be honest, I would have just let him fall after what he did, not gonna lie. They all have a reunion, but Mr. Electric isn't done. He goes to Earth to kill Max in his sleep. Wait. This whole time, Max has been asleep? Max wakes up, the giant storm or tornado turns out to be Mr. Electric. Also, Mr. Electric, that isn't actually Mr. Electric. My bad, I thought they were the same guy, but one is just an imagination and the other is real. Linus tries to fight Mr. Electric since he's so tough, but instantly gets... Max gets the idea from Linus to freeze him and gives Marissa the crystal heart where she uses to destroy him into pieces, turning everything around them into snow. Mind you, they're in Texas, so there's no way in any like situation it's gonna be snowing in Texas other than like a world-ending threat. The movie ends with Max telling the rest of the class that SharkBoy is the king of the ocean, searching for his dad, LavaGirl is the queen of volcanoes, and Max visits them in his dreams from time to time. Overall, I still remember this movie even though it's like 2 decades old, and I think it still holds up in the big 2025, but since it is old, the quality was kind of bad, so not like I remember, but nostalgia still carries. Solid 8 toe bars out of 10, like and sub, and I'll see ya on the next one.